I think there's a lot of very good-meaning scientists and a lot of very well-meaning device technologies as well, and businesses that really just want to genuinely create products that really will help people's health and wellness and performance. Really, our job is really as the middleman to try and just double check that the claims or the data or the measurements are actually measuring what they say they're measuring and that these claims are robust.
Because we don't really know how different brands measure different things, do we? Because they don't release the black box of studies of how the data is created.
Yeah, it's probably one of the big conflicts of interest in wearable technologies in general, which is, of course, they are competing against one another. And within that, there is a hesitancy to disclose the algorithms, the measurements, and the proprietary decisions that they make in what shows up on your watch or on your Whoop or on whatever it may be. And so one of the issues from this, from a transparency point of view, is that we, as the scientists, can't really well audit what this data is saying. And that becomes really problematic, particularly when you want to cross-compare one to another. If you might have a couple of devices that claim that they're measuring the same thing, your body battery or your VO2 max, but we really don't know if they are because we can't actually get into the nitty-gritty, the nuts and bolts of how they derive that value. And that becomes really problematic from our point of view to try and understand and therefore appreciate what each device is doing differently.
And I suppose the basic question to ask you is, can we trust our wearable technology? Can we trust our smartwatch?
Yeah, it's a loaded question, and the answer is it depends. It depends on what you're trying to use it for, on the quality of the device and the quality of the measurements that device is making. In general, I would say that these devices have become very good at providing information. Mm-hmm. Some of that information that's directly measured is quite valid. For example, heart rate using a chest strap or an arm strap, GPS and things like elevation, distance covered, speed, and
which would be all the kind of classic
exactly
data that you I've used them for say 20 years. They would always have provided pretty much all of that: heart rate, speed, elevation, temperature, so on. They would always have done that. The newer stuff is getting into sleep data, HRV, VO2 max, all off a little sensor. And I've always wondered about that, how it works, or how true the numbers and the stats are.
Yeah, I think it's a great point because, the early origin of a lot of these things was very robust and pretty valid. And I think there is now a race on a consumer basis to produce the new novel, sexy, interesting metrics. And so each of these companies are pushing these as much as they can. And unfortunately, what we're moving away from is directly measuring something to now making an estimation, a guess, a best guess. And the way that works is they take small samples of participants, typically middle-aged and average recreationally trained individuals or of moderate or normal health. And then they develop algorithms, mathematical predictions to see if we see a heart rate of this or whatever it may be, a core temperature or whatever, then we expect or predict that this will be the outcome. And the problem is that when we get 1 degree removed from actually directly measuring these things, now we start having real concerns over what this data is telling us.
Because people will think that when they buy the product that it's a direct measurement, that it's directly, and what you're saying is it's not necessarily the case.
No, definitely not. So for the things that we can directly measure, heart rate, is a great example of one. Although it has evolved, actually, heart rate is an interesting specimen in itself because the traditional measurement of heart rate, the gold standard is an ECG. So you use electrical, small devices that would attach to your chest, and you'd have a very good measurement of electrical activity of the heart. And that progressed onto just a transportable and easy to implement chest strap, which you're probably familiar with, and most of the listeners are too. And now we've moved to something called PPG, plethysmography, which is essentially a light diode that transmits a light into your skin, and the reflection back, it's the same on the back of mine.
Which
as
is
well.
What, yes, on the back of the watch, and this is one of the newer I like garments. It flashes and it does things, and when it's on my wrist, it's saying that that's picking up my heart rate.
Exactly, and that's typically a green light. It can be red or blue or different colors as well. And essentially, it's just a reflection. It's a diode that allows a reflection whenever blood passes through the vascular system. There's a change in the reflection of that light coming back up, and so the device will in real time try and pick up heart rate. And again, the issue, this has become much more convenient. You don't need to wear a chest strap, right? But one of the concerns with something like this, for example, to allude on the earlier point, is we are now trying to estimate something indirectly. The gold standard measurement is electrical activity of the heart, and now PPG is not doing that. It's an indirect estimation. And this is accurate at lying in bed when you're completely at rest, but actually when people get physically active or when they start sweating or if there's differences in skin tone or temperature or pressure, we found that these actually start pretty quickly getting
Really?
getting out of sync and are not very reliable measures of heart rate. Now, the issue here, of course, is that these other metrics that we've just talked about, these predictions like VO2 max, like heart rate variability, they are derived on the basis of reliable heart rate measurements. So we have slightly diluted the quality of these metrics by moving to a more convenient way of measuring
Yeah.
heart
So
rate.
if the heart rate's slightly off, the VO2 max will be slightly off. One domino after another.
Yeah, absolutely. And in general, like the bottom line with these devices, we've got a huge amount of data available to us now. People are drunk on data. They love it.